How you doing, y'all? I'm Tosh and fired up to be here. So I'm waiting on you guys.
Okay, we'll start. Woo, that was quick. We'll start with Charlie. Keep your hands up, guys.
Coach Saban has said that he's wanted Mack Wilson to be the guy on defense. As someone that's going to communicate with him a lot this fall, how have you seen him kind of embrace that leadership role?
Yeah, I think Mack Wilson is one of amongst many that we're testing every day, and would love to see him continue to strive and continue towards a leadership role in our defense.
Okay, we'll go right here with Dwayne.
Obviously on the other side of that, Dylan Moses showed flashes throughout when he got out on the field. What's the progress you've seen from him and him and Mack obviously as a tandem? How do you see that working?
Yeah, Dylan Moses is he's got plenty of talent. He's made up of the right stuff. He's a competitor, and he's someone I think as he continues to develop and gains the confidence as he really continues to know his assignments, and he's able to communicate out there and feel confident about what he's doing, that he can step into that role as well as to lead by action as well as vocally.
We're on the left side with Matt. That's fine.
Coach Saban was talking a little bit about working with you just to help prepare you for obviously this opportunity and responsibilities that come along with it. But aside from that, or along with that, just what's been the work behind the scenes for you just to prepare yourself for what's obviously a new responsibility and a new role?
Yeah, I'm tremendously blessed to be in this position and fortunate to have Coach Saban instill the faith in myself and the staff that we have here, and I think we're all in this together. So I've, with the many great coaches that I've been blessed to work with here for the last 4 seasons, and of course under Coach Saban's leadership and tutelage, I'm here to, we're learning every day, just like we demand of our players. So just like this morning, waking up, and I love this occupation so much because it really provides that to continue to grow and learn, and that's what we're doing every day here. So as far as preparation, here every single day, morning, night, working within the coverage assignments and adjustments, so we can make sure that we teach things to the players correctly and clearly, and hopefully that will show out on the field.
Go here in the front right, middle right with Ben.
You've had some other opportunities to be defensive coordinator at other programs. What made you decide that this was the opportunity that you wanted?
Well, when I was fortunate enough to come here in the beginning, came here for a reason, and that's, one, to be at the mecca of college football and to be coaching with and under, one of the best coaches ever to live. So that's really the same answer as far as no matter what title I have, is the fact that we're in an environment here where you get challenged every day, the most competitive environment that there is, I believe, at the college football stage. And, it's just a constant environment of growing and learning, which I love to do.
Okay. We'll go back here with Aaron.
Last year, we saw a few freshmen make a difference and have a role in the offense. Is this the kind of year we could see that on the defensive side of the ball?
Possibly. We're trying to find out that exact answer. So, when we go out there and approach this, it's more so, as many people would refer to a depth chart, it's more so a organizational chart, where everybody's going to get opportunities and reps to go out there and execute. And as we go from every single meeting, walkthrough to practice out there, that's exactly what we're doing, is trying to find out per personnel, per situation, of getting the absolute best players out there on the field like we traditionally have. In every season since I've been here, I believe we've never played less than 17 true freshmen, in a season. So I believe that's more so just about getting the right players, the best players out there, no matter what you look like or what your age is.
Come back here front left with Chris Walsh.
Two things, please. First, what's the biggest challenge of going from a coach who didn't call plays to being one who does?
Well, it's just doing it in a speedy manner, I believe. You know, you've got to process the information quicker. I feel like as an assistant, one where I've had some opportunities in the past where I might be able to do some play calling has helped to do it full time. But you got to do it as fast as possible to react and try to put the guys in the best possible position. So, but like anything, I think through repetition, you know, you start to get a little more confident and better, and then also just understanding more so situational football of how we apply our defense. You know, so that's what this is for, and camp is for, and spring ball, and you know, the last whatever it's been 7-8 months of practicing to make sure we can do that as best as we can.
And secondly, last year after the opener, when you lost so many linebackers, were there a lot of adjustments that had to be made to the pass rush just in general? Did you kind of have to start from scratch?
Well, I think, you know, it's always we're going to do our best to utilize what personnel we have when it comes to a subject such as pressuring the quarterback. So if that means that, you know, we don't have as gifted or our better rushers have been injured, then we might have to do some stuff and do some creative things where we bring a guy like Minkah Fitzpatrick, as we did, more so than we might have in the past. And then, of course, personnel driven if you got guys that you feel like you can affect the quarterback up front. But regardless, you know, we'd always like to be versatile in our system and put the guys that are going to do each job well in those positions.
You talk about it being a team effort running this defense, but how do you anticipate game days going as far as play calling? You know, duties are divvied up, and you know, how much are you personally looking forward to this opportunity of kind of calling, not necessarily your own defense, but calling those plays?
Yeah, I'm again tremendously excited and for this opportunity to be doing this here. So again, we're gonna go out and play just like we practice. So you know, doing our best to get these individuals in the right positions and having all 11 guys play together, and how fast I can distribute the call and communicate the call, you know, have them operating to the standard within that call.
Right here with Tony on the right.
Going back to inside linebacker, outside of Moses and Wilson, what have you seen from some of the younger players there? And also Nick Saban talked about moving maybe outside linebackers to kind of build depth. Is that something that you're looking at, and is there any players that you feel could do that?
Yeah, well, you know, we do have a very versatile defense where we do a lot of concepts within the 3-4 defense as well as 4-3 concepts. So I think the great thing about that is the versatility is a lot of individuals that play outside backer may have the ability to play inside. And just like we've done from Reggie Ragland to Rashawn Evans and others in the past, where inside backers can also play outside. So having the versatility within our system at least allows us to be able to move some guys around, as opposed to maybe some other defenses where you're kind of the position what you play and a little bit, you know, for lack of better terms, stuck in your position. We're able to move guys around and tie in concepts that make sense, where I think we can be in the position to get our best personnel out there.
Middle right with Joseph.
Tosh, Nick emphasized toughness during his opening remarks. Are there some years in fall camp where you need to be tougher, camp needs to be tougher than other years, and is this one of those years?
Well, I think it's maybe not necessarily depending on the year of how tough you are, but more so of how much we emphasize. You know, it is what it is. We got a lot of new faces out there, and I think it's very important to have a constant reminder of what it takes to operate at the standard that's been here, and that's what we're trying to do every single day. So with a lot of guys that, you know, it's not like we're returning every starter. You know, we have a lot of guys in the fold here that we're testing every day, and to see who can be tough enough to play in this conference and to practice how we practice and you know, prepare the right way.
We'll go in the back with Steven.
Coach, you've had a lot of relationships with these outside linebackers. One of the guys happens to be Jamie Mosley. What has set him apart? What has he meant to this team, and how have you seen him grow? I know he's coming behind his brother CJ, but what have you seen from Jamie that makes him stand out?
Well, I think it all starts with his preparation and his desire to be great. Jamie Mosley has the respect of his teammates, has the respect of the whole team because of the way he goes about every day, the way he prepares, the way he strives to be a technician. And so he's been able to put himself in the position to be a major contributor at times for us, like we've already seen last season, and rose to the occasion when we've asked, for him to go out there and compete for us.
Come back over here with Reiner on the left side.
Nick has typically promoted coaches to defensive coordinator with a secondary background. How comfortable are you with the coverage schemes, and has it been the biggest learning curve for you to, in the process of becoming defensive coordinator?
Yeah, I think before coming to Alabama, in one way or another, it had always been somewhat of a part of my responsibility, whether working with one outside backer, within the schemes I had came from. That was a major goal of mine of 4 seasons ago, is to come here and to try to grow as much as possible and learn, from the best in the business when it comes to the coverage concept. So I think that process started when I came here to Alabama, and now, I've gained a lot of confidence in that, but of course I'm still getting better and learning it every single day. So, but that's something that, it's growing on me, and something I take a lot of pride in is trying to know something there that might have not been, 5 to 10 years ago, something that wasn't the strength of my knowledge of the game.
2 more. We'll start with Ken Rogers.
Coach, you guys lost all 5 starters in the secondary. I'm wondering, is there a bell cow back there that you'll be counting on to kind of teach other guys what's going on, or does that group need one?
Yeah, I think that's the process every day we're trying to find right now. So to me, I'm excited about this opportunity. I know they are too. Where we did lose 6 DBs to the NFL. That's no secret, and these guys, what I notice about them is their hunger upon their approach. The way these guys are dialed in meetings, the way the guys wear, that's very apparent to me so far. We've only been out there for 1 day, so but these guys are hungry to get out there. It's a competitive group, and that fires me up. And we're all going to feed off of that to see who can prepare, who can compete, and what it takes to break these guys as far as their preparation on that mission of who's going to contribute for us.
Last one up front here with Drew.
Coach, you obviously wanted to learn under Nick Saban, as you said, one of the greatest coaches to ever do it, but you were also very fortunate to be a part of a high school program with Bob Lassiter, who arguably could be the greatest high school coach ever. Are you still in touch with him, and how big an influence has he had on your career? And then second question, with a young player like Ayabi Anoma after the injury to Terrell Lewis, how quickly do you get him acclimated and where you can get him comfortable to go out and play instinctively and not think?
All right, so there's a 2-part question. So addressing the first one, yeah, there's no doubt I'm in constant contact with Bob Ladouceur. Have tremendous respect for him. He's someone where, he represents a school, De La Salle, that in many ways has raised me. So I was a ball boy at De La Salle when I was, I think, 8 years old or something. My brother was there before me. So the principles and values of that program and what Bob Ladouceur represents, there's a lot of carryover here at Alabama. And the obvious training of strong character, integrity, and how you approach life off the field, and then how that's demonstrated on the field, and the benefits of that to me shows up every day here. So I think they have a lot of similarities. I know they've spoken on a number of occasions as well in the past, and Coach Ladouceur has been around here before. So that's tremendously obvious to me to see 2 individuals that represent the same values there. As far as the second question, with Terrell, he's battling his butt off to get back, just like last season. I wouldn't be surprised if he surprises you as far as, at what time he is back for us. Obviously we went through it last year in the opener. We lost 4 starting linebackers in one game, and that's why we do what we do here. That's why we prepare. That's why we go about practice the way we do. That's why Iabi, Cameron Latu, Jalen Moody, whoever it is going to get the same amount of reps as any so-called number 1 or starter every day. All right, nobody's standing around watching these guys for that reason. So if you or when you have the opportunity to get out there and contribute, you will be ready.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot. Have a good one.